No, it's a staggering fact, but a bike is stolen every 6 minutes in the UK and only 5% are ever returned.
So shop owner Omar Terywall decided to take action and start a campaign to reunite owners with their stolen property. Ralph Wilding met him to find out more.
Figures released in January showed that UK bike thefts had shot up by a whopping 69%. One place affected more than most is Cambridge, with around 4,000 bikes a year being nicked. It's the city's #1 reported crime, leading one man to take a stand.
I live in Cambridge, and after seeing several people post on social media pages to say that they had their bike stolen, I wanted to help them out.
Omar Terywall set up a Facebook page to try and reconnect people with their pinched bikes.
I named it Stolen Bikes in Cambridge, put a description together, and it's just blossomed from there.
Snowed under with people posting about their stolen bikes on the page, Omar decided to do some online detective work.
I would often find people that would be selling an identical looking bike to the one that was reported stolen.
But without hard proof, the police were unable to help.
So to begin with, I'd always ask the victim for as many distinctive features that there were on the bike. And if they were convinced that it was theirs, I would go to the seller and confront them.
Hello mate, you right? Good, not too bad. What's your name?
Simon.
Simon, yeah? Yeah, you almost forgot that, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm Omar. I'm from Stolen Bikes in Cambridge.
Yeah.
You do realise that's stolen, yeah?
I don't have a clue, mate. I bought
You don't?
it.
Who'd you buy it from?
Huh?
Who'd you buy it from?
Bought it in Arbery.
In hindsight, perhaps I should have taken a bit more of a safer approach, but in every instance, I was able to get the bike back.
Omar's vigilante-style justice
Someone just took that, mate. I just bought it.
has inspired others to follow in his footsteps. The group now has some 7,000 members making daily posts about both stolen bikes and bikes that seem to have been abandoned. Aiden Chan relied on his bike for commuting and exercise.
So I reported the stolen bike to the police. They have this online website that gave me a crime number and everything.
But he also posted on Omar's group page.
And it seemed like quite a lot of other people had had their bikes stolen, so I just did the same thing, uploaded some pictures, gave a description, gave a couple of unique identifiers for this bike. And about 12 hours later, I got a message from Omar saying, "I think I found your bike."
Someone had spotted what they thought might be Aiden's bike, abandoned and unlocked in a public bike rack.
And so my housemate and I, we drove down there, and there it was, just parked amongst all the other bikes, you know, no lock. So we just took it back home. If it weren't for Omar, no way would I have gotten that bike back.
Whilst it is perfectly legal to seize back your own stolen bike, so long as you can prove it's yours, Cambridge police would rather you left it up to them by calling 101 and never confronting sellers directly. Instead, Superintendent James Sutherland has some tips to stop your bike being stolen in the first place, starting with thinking hard about where to leave it.
As you can see, it's extremely well lit. The cycle racks are solid and it's covered by CCTV.
Even in a secure bike park like this, it's always good to make your bike as unappealing to a thief as possible.
This is an example of a really good bike lock. It's the D-lock type. It is reinforced steel. Most cycle thieves would not approach this bike.
They'll go for something easier to cut.
This is a basic cable lock. A competent cycle thief could steal this bike in about 10 to 20 seconds or so.
While trying to stay one step ahead of the thieves, James has one more crucial tip.
Every bike is manufactured with a unique frame number, and it's really important to register it on either immobilise.com or the National Bike Register.
The police are able to use registered serial numbers to return any stolen bikes they seize. Omar suggests taking photos as well.
You can't see the frame number or serial number online, whereas a scratch or a dent or something that could appear in a photo could be the reason you get your bike back.
I never thought I would get my bike back at all.
Katrina had her bike stolen in 2019.
I had quite a strong emotional connection to my bike, my very first bike, the bike that I did my first 100-miler on.
But 9 months after it was taken, Omar's site came to the rescue once again when someone posted a picture of a suspicious-looking bike.
The bike had some unique components, and this is how I initially recognized it. But I then could confirm that it was actually mine via the frame number, which I had made note of as well.
With watertight proof of ownership, the police were able to give Katrina the okay to saw off the lock and take her bike back.
That which took about 2 seconds, which makes me think that it also might be very easy to steal a bike.
In fact, some estimates say one bike is stolen every 6 minutes across the nation. And with 75% of those thefts never getting solved, Omar feels that his extreme approach is a useful way of helping both victims and the police.
My opinion is that the police are massively under-resourced in not just Cambridge but everywhere, and that's where Stolen Bikes in Cambridge is helping out in tackling bike theft.
And for once, it's hard to argue with the numbers. The group's people power has now successfully reunited around 150 owners with their stolen bikes.
Omar's done an absolutely brilliant job.
It's fabulous.
Hasn't he? And now he's working in conjunction with the police to stop the thefts, which is great news. Well done, Omar. Brilliant stuff. Now, after a long wait, the sunshine has officially arrived, with temperatures set to hit 27 degrees Celsius in some parts of the country this week. But